everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda, and in today's video I am going to be planting up some more plants in my raised bed. This is the raised bed that I'm going to be planting in today, and this is one that I've shown before, but the last time I showed it, it had a lot of grass and weeds in it. This grass had taken over this bed. And so now that I've gotten the grass and weeds out, I see that at the bottom of the bed, the ants are having a party. So I have poured some cayenne pepper and some cinnamon on them to try and get them to leave, but they still have not left. There's a wad of either cayenne or cinnamon. It looks more like cayenne pepper, and it doesn't seem to be stopping them from doing what they're doing. But the supplies that I'll be needing today, I'm going to be adding this topsoil to the soil that is already in the raised bed, and I'm going to be mixing in some perlite with it. And then I'll be using my organic plant tone. And the plants that I'm using today, I got a variety of plants. And some of them were just really needing to get out of the greenhouse. This is a whopper pepper. The celebrity. Got an Aunt Ruby's German green that I'm going to put in there. This one is, I forgot already, a ground cherry. And I started to say I was going to put it in there and wasn't going to label it, but I definitely need to label it when I put it in. And then we have some dill. It's dry, looking pretty bad. So it needs to get into a bed. This one is a chili jalapeno. It think it's a big boy now. It's trying to put on a pepper. Then I got a triple crop over here that, as you can see, look at that stem, how it's crooked all over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it in the soil, and roots will form along the stem, and then I will, it's standing already, but it's standing after the crook that's in it, and I'm going to put a stake on it so that it can go ahead and grow. Then I have some eggplants that I purchased, because I never got a germination on my eggplants. And I think it's because I bought them outside, put them in the greenhouse, and then one of those cold snaps came. So I'm going to plant some eggplant. I will not be putting all of these in one bed. Then I have cilantro, and I've been eating it this morning. As you all know, I had once upon a time did not care for cilantro, but I'm beginning to like it. Then I have a Paul Robeson tomato, a sweet banana pepper, and a pepperoncini pepper. So I don't know if all these plants, and then this one is an early girl tomato. And I am going to go back because I forgot my beefsteak tomato. All of these plants may not get into this bed, but I'm going to get as much packed in as I possibly can, because I still got a lot of plants in the greenhouse that I need to plant out. So let's get started. Okay, so I have my beefsteak tomato now, and the sun has popped out, so I'm going to be needing my hat. So the first thing that I have to do is to get my soil pour it in. I'm gonna add my topsoil and my perlite. And I have the Scott's topsoil. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pour it in here on top of the ants. Now, this is seriously time to start getting our gardens planted, and we cannot let ants stop us. I'm trying not to even let the weather stop me. The weather has been very unpredictable. It's been having everybody excited and worried and stressed and wondering what to do. But if you don't go ahead and try and plant some things and you wait on the weather, then you can find yourself in a bad predicament after these cool snaps and the weather is so hot that you can't get out to actually plant your seeds or your plants. So I feel like best thing to do is just go ahead and take a chance if you have some extra plants and extra seeds. Now, if those are all the seeds and plants that you have and you cannot afford to take a chance on losing those plants, then don't do it. But I feel like we should try and get something planted. So just in case, as soon as these snaps are over with, that the weather just gets so hot, you know, and we're hoping that don't happen, but we want to have a chance to go ahead and get our crops in. Just in case that we don't, though, we want to be able to have something planted. So that's my goal, is to make sure that I got some food planted and that I'll be able to get some harvested before it gets so hot, because there's so much work to do in the garden. I still want to put in a irrigation system so I won't have to spend all my time outside watering, because it takes a long time to water all your plants. Even if you don't have that many plants, and when you have a lot of plants, then it's going to take a lot of time to get those plants watered in every day. I'm going to put all this in that I bought out here. This is going to help with drainage. It's perlite. Go ahead and add my plant tone also. I don't know, I might add some more of the topsoil, but for right now, this is what I'm putting just to see where I'm at. I'm gonna try to get down close so I won't waste a lot of my plant tone in the air. It's still blowing in the wind, because this stuff is good and it is not cheap. I told you all I was happy to find it for $12. The ants already just got all up into the perlite. I went in the house and was looking for some grits. We done ate all the grits, and I was gonna put some grits on them, because I have tried it and grits seem to work pretty good for me. I pour grits on them, but ants are smart. You have to pour it on them while they're like asleep. Get up early in the morning, pour it on them. Don't let them see you, because if they see you, they're going to know something's up. But if you go ahead and pour it on them while they're asleep, and when they wake up, the grits are just there, and you'll come back and you'll see that they're moving the grits. If they're moving the grits, that means that they fell for it. If the grits are just sitting there, they didn't fall for it. They don't plan to take none of that back to their queen. And if they take it back to the queen, then I've heard that it actually kills them, and because they can't digest it or something and their stomach bursts. No, that's kind of violent, but that's what I heard that it does. Anyway, when you come back to that nest about a week later, and you can get something and just like move the nest around, and that nest is crumbled. It just crumbled. It's a dried up nest. It's not active anymore. So I don't know if it actually kills them, but however, whatever it does, it gets rid of them. I thought maybe they left. I don't know. But you come back to that nest about a week and they've all left. They're not there anymore, and the nest is all dried up, not looking active the way it looks when they're moving around and working the soil. So now that I've got the perlite mixed in and our amendment mixed in, I'm going to add some more amendment, because this is topsoil. At the bottom, that soil at the bottom is cocoa coir. You probably can tell it's that reddish looking soil that has broken down over the last couple of years. Because I think last year this bed did not grow anything productive. It just, sit here. So this bed this year owes me. That's why I'm going to pack it full. And I need those ants to go. So now this soil has been amended inside and on top, I'm going to go ahead and start putting in our plants. So I got to be very careful in this bed because these ants are everywhere. I'm just going to pop them in. Only thing I did want this to have a place to climb. Oh, and I bought my stakes out. So here are my stakes. I bought a few of them. Just gonna leave them down there for right now because they got some of this part on there that's going everywhere. I don't want to knock my camera over, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut, because I'm not gonna need these too long. I'm gonna cut them in half, about half. And I bought some labels out because I want to go ahead and get my ground cherry in there. That's my ground cherry. I'm going to make a label for the ground cherry. I have got so much stuff that I still want to plant. Here's one of my bags that I'm planning on planting some stuff out. Maybe today or tomorrow. Some seeds. I may pop one seed in here if I have a little spot. So this is for the ground cherry. This is going to be a snack for me when I come out into the garden. This ground cherry. And I'm trying to see. I'm going to put it right here. at the edge where it can be able to climb up. I'm gonna put this in front. Let me go ahead and put my plant in first. Then I'll put my label in. So you see my roots on the ground cherry. I didn't get very much germination on them, but I don't need many plants. So I've already planted 2 in the garden. So this is gonna be the 3rd one I planted, and I think I have a couple more. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put it right here so it can be able to climb, and I'm not gonna put it deep. All right, so I gotta speed it up now. There's my ground cherry. And I'm just gonna pop them in. I could say, well, I'm gonna put the tall ones in the back and the short ones in the front, but like that ground cherry is short right now, but that ground cherry is gonna cover this. So I need to go ahead and put my little stake beside it. And that's gonna help it can climb the stake, and then it can go ahead and get around this trellis. Okay, so now we have Aunt Ruby's German green. I'm gonna put it right back here at the back. It already has a label in it. Got some nice looking roots. Just gonna drop it in. Well, first I'm gonna take some of these bottom plants off, just so I can get her deeper into the ground. So I'm gonna be honest with you all. I don't know if Aunt Ruby's German green is an indeterminate or a determinate tomato. So I have to check that out before I decide how much pruning she'll actually get. So for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop her down into the soil. Get this label out because I'm gonna need to see that. Where she can start to making, get more sturdy by making roots along this stem. That's my goal now. I want to also pop some fertilizer in the hole, because I want her to grow. Okay, so now there's her label. Go ahead and get a stake for her. These are going to be temporary stakes. I will come back and put a little piece of twine or something around them to hold them to the stake, because we're probably going to get some strong winds today. Okay, the next one that we have is the whopper pepper. I love bell peppers. I guess y'all say I love all the vegetables. I really do. It's just a few, like I told you about the cilantro that I had a problem with, but I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with that anymore. I ate it this morning. It did not taste like soap to me, so. Okay, I wanna put this nice root system on it. Not that bad. And I'm gonna need my fertilizer close by, because I'm gonna be adding some fertilizer to the bottom of these plants. Go ahead and put that one in, and then put my stake, my tag in, my label. Okay, so now we're gonna pull out some of these I'm gonna pop a celebrity in, and I'm only gonna put one celebrity in. I'm gonna get this one out that has some yellowing going on his leaves. Break a piece of that yellow off. Whew. I'm just gonna take them out of the armpit. trying to see if the celebrity is a indeterminate or determinate. It does not have it, so that'll be another one that I'll have to be researching today. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this yellow part that's on there off. And it has a strong root system on it. I'm going to loosen the roots up a little. As I said, I'm only going to put one celebrity in here. And I'm going to go ahead and pop it in. Drop it. Kind of pack the soil back in around it and put my label in. Okay, the next plant is going in is some dill. I don't think that dill needs to be where it's climbing, so I'm going to get another plant that's needing something to climb on. Like this triple crop. This triple crop is already trying to get some tomatoes on it. So we're going to go ahead and get it in there. Even as crooked as it is at the root, at the stem, going to put it in there and get it staked up. Because it's really needing to get staked. So I'm going to add some fertilizer to the hole. And then I'm going to have to tamp it because it is root bound so bad. The roots were coming out of the bottom, but they still don't look that bad. So now I'm going to push this to the front, or maybe I'll push it to the back to get some more room, so that the stem can have a chance to still hold the position that it's got. I'm going to lay it just like that. And then I'm going to hold it out of the soil. I'm going to remove these bottom, because we know now that this is indeterminate, don't we? I'm even going to take this one that's laying in the soil. And I'm going to go ahead and put my label in. Keep an eye on these ants. And then I'm going to add a stake. I need a good straight one. Although it's standing beside the trellis where it can begin to climb up that trellis. But I'm going to give it some extra support with one of these stakes. As I said, I will be going and getting some twine or some garden tape and bringing it out. And that one's standing up really good, just like that right now. Sometimes you can take these tomato plants and just kind of wrap them around your stake, and they will stay up. Okay, so now I think it's time for us to put it. Well, I don't know. I think I will go ahead and grab a cilantro. I'm gonna bring these over here. Bring this pepper. I think the cilantro needs to be at the front. All the herbs are going to the front. Beef steak and early girl. Yeah, I need these favorites in there. Then this is a sun gold. Most definitely need that one in there. Like I said, this is going to be one of my snacking areas in the garden. So I definitely want to have my sun gold tomato in there, because that is a great tomato to snack on. They are one of your sweetest tomatoes. This is my sun gold. I told y'all I'm going to fill this bed up, and I'm going to put this sun gold right over here where these ants are over here acting up. But I don't plan for them to be acting up long. I just haven't had the opportunity. I didn't know that they were infesting my bed until a few days ago, more like 2 days ago. So now, I believe this was 2 plants. I don't know. However, it is going to, I'm just going to pull some of these bottom ones off. I don't think it's 2. I think it's 1. It looked like it was 2, but I think that's just 1. They kind of branched out. I'm going to go ahead and pop it in. Put the soil back around it. Put my label in. Shake it. And that is my sun gold. And now I'm going to put my early girl over here. She's been needing to get out. Okay, pop in my label. Beef steak. Nice root system on it. Don't have a lot of leaves at the bottom, so I'm just going to pull that one off. And I'm going to pop it in right here beside this early girl. Make sure it has some little, so it has some soil on all sides of it. You can get it a little deeper. That's my beef steak. those are kind of close, but I'm going to leave them like that for now. Probably be leaving them like that for good. But like I said, I want to pack some stuff in here. And then I feel like if I put those in there kind of close, then they can hold on to each other. I just want to make sure that I do have room in there that I can pick my tomatoes when it's time to harvest. I'm going to have to get this one. Get the one that's in the armpit and the one that's holding on to. That looks better. Go ahead and get this one that's hanging over in the soil. Because you don't need anything hanging into the soil. I'm going to have to come back and do that one too, because when they're hanging into the soil, then that causes the insects to climb them and also opens them up for diseases. So go ahead and take some of this. Get that one. And that one. I can't get all of this. I'm gonna just cut this one like that, because if I take everything, and if this triple crop could be a determinate tomato, and then I've taken all of my leaves, and then I won't be left with anything. So I want to make sure that I find out before I go and remove all of my leaves from my plants. Okay, I want to get this, make sure I get this pepperoncini in. This is my daughter's favorite pepper, and I want to make sure that I get this planted so that she can have a lot of those, and I can can those for her, because she likes to eat them just about everything. She loves them. So we're going to get those planted. I don't want to put them there. Since I already got that hole dug, I will go ahead, pop in a tomato that I have over here. And I think I have a hall roasting right here. And I'm just going to pop it on the end. Y'all plan to be out here just snacking on tomatoes and come out here and get me some tomatoes and pop them in a salad. And that is a wonderful feeling, to come out into your yard, to your garden, and pick your food that you grew, especially if you grew them from seed like I did this one, and it has some oregano on there. So I'm just going to leave that little oregano on there. I know oregano likes to try to take over, but let it. I'll be eating tomatoes and oregano. And that'll just be a nice ingredient to go in my sauces and my spaghettis. So I'm going to put them right there. Also, will add me I think I had a tiny steak. I don't know where. That's not going to work. That's too small. So I'll come back to it since it's not really in need of a steak right now. So now that I've gotten all the tomatoes that I'm going to put in this bed, I can go ahead and start to popping in my peppers and my herbs. So now, and my eggplant. So I'm just going to put one eggplant in this bed. And see how these eggplants are beginning to get yellow. I'm just going to pop one out. Nice root system, looks very good. I am so ready to just get all this stuff planted. Then I can get started with setting up my irrigation system, in which I do not know how I'm going to set up. It's going to be running all over the yard. It's probably not going to be underneath the ground. Have to move it every time I get ready to mow the yard, but I got to get it set up. So y'all have any ideas, don't forget, pop them in the comments. And I appreciate the comments that you all have been giving me I have had some good comments, some good helpful comments. Someone, if I had my stuff together, I would know, but someone said, I think it's Jesus said to get a wand and start watering underneath your plants. And you know what? I had been spraying the top of my plants, and that is, I mean, it just made so much sense. I got the wand and I started to water it underneath my tomatoes, and that way the tops of my tomatoes are not getting sprayed, the tops of my peppers are not getting sprayed. It makes a world of difference, y'all. So thank you, Jesus, for that comment. And I got a comment the other day about putting some chicken wire around my potatoes that I have planted in the cardboard box. So I'm going to be doing that. I got the chicken wire and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it up there, and I had to think about it for a minute how I was going to do it, but I'm just going to put the chicken wire around there and then tighten it up and put some zip ties in it, and just to get it to hold together good. It's not probably going to be all that pretty, but it's going to work. It's going to do what I need it to do. So thank you guys for the comments. I appreciate it so much. And thank you to my subscribers, everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I appreciate it. I know a lot of people say that I don't subscribe because I'm watching it on my TV and I can't subscribe, or I can't like because I don't have an account. So, you know, I'm not worried about that. That's fine. That's you know, whatever. I can't, you know, I don't even like really saying subscribe. I don't even like to have to say that. But they said, well, you need to say subscribe, you know, don't forget that. So, but anyway, y'all, I just appreciate all of you guys. I really do. So now I have got my eggplant and I'm trying to decide. I'm putting these holes in, trying to decide where I'm going to pop the eggplant, because I want to make this work, because I got to pick these tomatoes around here. Got all these tomatoes around here. I'm going to have a ground cherry right there I need to be picking. And so these eggplants should be easy to pick. And so I think the eggplant peppers are kind of hard to pick. So I don't want to get these too close. So I'm going to have to go ahead and rethink this, because I'm acting like this stuff's not going to grow. And it is going to grow. And if I have anything to say about it, it's going to grow fast, because I'm ready to eat it. And so I need to put my peppers. I don't think I'll be able to get 3 peppers. And the pepperoncini is definitely going in, because I don't have one of these planted already. Matter of fact, this is the only one I got, so I don't need to break it. I'm trying to get it out. So this one here is going in. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop it right here. It's spaced out. Oh, that Whopper is right there. So, but peppers don't mind being close together. They don't mind having, you know, their armpits, not armpits, but their arms touching. So it's like they're helping each other out. So those peppers are close together. The Whopper pepper and this pepperoncini are close. So now we got 2 peppers planted. Still don't have the eggplant in. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop in 2 more peppers. And that is going to be a chili jalapeno, which I already got one of each of these. I got a sweet banana, but that's going to be so pretty in there. So we're going to put the chili jalapeno. And not only is it going to be pretty, but it is a delicious, delicious pepper. One that you can just bite into. So you want to have some peppers like that. I have a grandson that loves hot peppers. So I'm going to put something out for him. But I'm going to have to put it in a 5-gallon bucket, because I want to make sure that it's out there by itself, and that I put a sign on it letting everybody know, do not touch this pepper, because it's hot. So I'm going to plant one hot pepper for him. But he already probably has some in his garden too, but I'll put some out here so that when he comes for a visit, that he'll have some peppers that he can eat at grandma's house. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in this banana pepper. It's going to be a sweet one, so I'm going to enjoy that. And like I say, I'll be out here snacking on that in the garden. Okay, so that's looking nice. I'm gonna go ahead now and I can put in my make sure I'm not taking any ants back with me. Okay, the chili jalapeno was right there. Okay, so all I have left now are the eggplant, dill, and cilantro. So we're gonna put eggplant right here. Pop in some fertilizer. Put the cilantro in the center. Pour in some fertilizer. And then pop the dill in. It's all dried up this morning. The ants seem to have calmed down some in this bed while I'm planting. I guess they wonder what's going on. She putting this out here for us. They know they gotta go. That's probably what they doing, packing, because they know I put my goodies in here. It's time for them to go. Well, I put something bad on them. So they heard me talk about them. But this looks great, y'all. I think that is enough plants in here. I may come back and pop in. Oh, I most definitely will now that I thought about it. Hold on. Okay, so what I decided to go and do was to get some of my onions and put in here. So I'm going to add some more of my fertilizer. And then I'm just gonna pop these onions in. And hopefully that will deter some of these pests from being in this bed, like these ants. And I'm not even separating these onions. I'm just putting them in clumps. Yes, I will eat these, no matter how small. Right now, they are working onions. They are working to keep or drive away pests. And make sure I get them all popped in. I want to break my eggplant. So now I can go ahead and get everything watered in. And here is my new one. Thanks, Jesus, for recommending that I get one of those. So this way I can just put them underneath the plant and water the plant easily at the bottom without having to bend way over like I was having to with my other one. I got it on the wrong. I think I want it on. What do I have it on? I think this is it. That's not it. I think this is it, center. Okay, so I can just hold it at the bottom and water. And not have any water coming in contact with my plant. Just trying to let my plants receive the water, the overhead water, only from the rain. I got a little dripping going on here. That's what happens when other people use your stuff, but I'm just gonna let it go for right now. Kids see you got something new, they want to try it out and play with it for a while. See if it can stand the test. What a difference some plants make, because at first this bed was looking so pitiful and sad because it was just infested with ants and it didn't know what was going to happen. But now it's loaded with a lot of goodies. And it is ready to grow some food for me. And I'm not going to overwater because we have overcast skies today and it is probably going to rain. And that is fine because my garden needs the rain. And I may be able to slip in a nap. I doubt it. Okay, so I've got it watered in and that looks really good. But I wanted to show you all this before I go. Do you all know what this is? Well, it is a jackfruit plant. I got the seeds to germinate, and now we're growing a jackfruit tree. So I hope that you all like this video, that you would give it a thumbs up, that you would subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.